Alright. Good afternoon, morning, however, whatever country you all are in. It is Saturday, June 7th, 2025. We are here talking about WWE's pay-per-view tonight that is happening, Money in the Bank. Going live at, I believe it's 7 Eastern Pacific, probably like at around 8ish more so. Again, it's sorry, but another short card, more so probably I think about four matches on here. Which I feel depending on how the segments or alignments of the show is, you can tell a very, different story. There's not really a big matchup just besides Money in the Bank. As of right now, the tag team matchup. That's another one. Um, I believe it's a women's U.S. title match. Sorry, women's Intercontinental Championship match. Due respect. I believe there's also another match on the card also as well, but I'll get into that in just one segment. But yeah. So breaking down, I'll probably go in random sequences, just to go ahead and give my intakes about different matches. So, first things first. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso versus John Cena, Logan Paul. Probably the main event of this card per se. Um, not really, not really that. I haven't had high expectations on the of bias hate towards it. I feel this is going to be. I do feel that Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso versus Johnson and Logan Paul. That would be a good. I won't say a fan attraction, but it's a good draw in for the crowd and everything. I feel that it will be a good sequence of a match. I really feel. More momentum will probably go. Maybe I'll lean towards John Cena Logan to win this in the most heelish way possible. I feel the way I'm probably going to look at this, I'm going to look at this is going to be a way to build up Logan even more. I don't think he's going to get another championship run no time soon, but maybe they will draw enough attention on him. I don't think by this year, but maybe next year because we're looking at key players of the spectrum of wrestling period in WWE. There is no young or I say middle aged star that can carry the company for the next 10 years per se. Not no, nothing against the 40-year-old calibers. It's just that you what the just from my taste of caliber, decent matches, decent promos, decent storyline to tell. I don't know on a roster would carry the company for the next 10, maybe after Drew. I don't know how I feel about Damian Priest. I talked about this in previous other segments more so. Again, the company can be carried, from somebody, one person to person. Again, the person doesn't have to be the one that holds the title majority. Again, they don't have Jay and Cody SummerSlam, which I believe is the next pay per view after this per se. I could be wrong. I mean, might be Battleground, might be something else like that. It's probably something meet in the middle since we have different segments and different time zones and different settings for when the pay per views are going to happen now. Now since they're going to be on a Saturday event card, and also since we're 2 months away from SummerSlam, I believe we do have another pay per view in the list. What that is, I'll get the information again cleanly and project and read it out to y'all. So another sorry, another matchup. I'm going to talk about Val Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship to be defended. This is one of those kind of things you hit or miss on. Lyra, I don't feel. I feel like if she does retain the title, it's the third time her beating Becky. Is honestly kind of like does nothing for her. It's just like, y'all brought Becky back for what at this point? It's like I'm not. I haven't been sold on her since she started the man streak back in 2019. That person that Bianca as the, I kind of like her as the heel that you have to overcome the mountaintop of every. When they had their beef going on, and I don't get back. I don't, my non-biased opinion, there's enough women stars now on the roster that they don't really need Becky. Like they don't really even need um they don't even need literally a Charlotte Flair at this point because there's so many women's elevated stars that can do a lot more. And this is not no takeaway from the people that have been there and done this. It's saying that the roster has elevated so much now that everybody has a contrasting style that the crowd is now gravitating towards to. And that's what I'm liking, the landscape of where women's wrestling, as far as WWE is concerned. There's a big different landscape now because, like, there was more entertainment than it was for me coming up. So now that the fact that the landscape is that you have women wrestlers who can do it all, they can fill and check the box. They are literally performing. I mean, they are literally sometimes performing better than the men. That's to that's for me, to be honest. I really felt. I think I spoke on prior other platforms more so per se. I was like the men did on majority of their matches. I feel like majority of the on that card, and now it's doing, but them getting rid of our truth and them getting rid of kind of like old timers more so per se. I felt Truth was like one of them guys he can transitions into and hop onto another platform. We're we're still going ahead and getting like decent. They're getting decent work of projection of where everything is going as far as like the superstars of today and tomorrow per se. I would just love to see more younger stars built up for the time frame. So yeah, women have definitely been performing well. The men and some of these pay-per-views per se. We're gonna get to another match. I'm gonna probably go on to the women's Money in the Bank. Um, it's very hard to say who I will have more so. The reason being, I would want to choose Rhea Ripley. I don't know where WWE probably sees the light more so. I could probably see Alexa Bliss winning it for the sake of just the win. And I can only just see Seth winning it. I, so, yeah. As far as the women's Rhea or Alexa Bliss storyline concerned, as far as the men's money, I'll go with Seth Rollins for the sake of storyline. I feel there will be a more bigger story to tell with that heel faction group. I feel that there's a lot to be transgressional into that with them winning, and I feel like there's more of an edge storyline to win. I feel out of that group, I feel that Braun Breaker should win the title. It will implement a lot more, create a lot more chaos, and then a lot more to be introduced with this. And I don't know how well the alignment of Seth and Paul will do.